Welcome to Fast Effect Double Speed Magic the Gathering. Here we have Sean on Elves versus Caleb on... Nope, this is incorrect. We have Caleb on Izzet Delver. And we'll see what Sean is on. It is, in fact, Elves. All right. Elves versus Izzet Delver. We'll see if Caleb's running any copies of Forked Bolt, a card that is an absolute wrecking ball. However, Sean does have that key Allosaurus Shepherd that's going to make the rest of his green spells uncounterable. And if Caleb's game plan is to race, that Delver not flipping does not help his cause. He has Young Pyromancer, a really nice aggressive draw, which can be great versus a lot of the field, but so far, not quite ideal for either person. This Wirewood Symbiote's going to protect either of these elves, however, no third elf for Sean. Would have been good to have another elf and then use those to tap with Heritage Druid to get even more out. And right on curve, we've got True Name Nemesis. However, Delver refusing to flip. Oh, wow, Gaia's Cradle. This could be pretty much over. Natural Order. And Caleb actually just scooping it up. So it would have been +4/+4 to all the guys. 8 + 16 is 24. And that will do it even with blocks. So Sean outracing. Thanks to that, well, presumably the Allosaurus Shepherd was helpful there. Perhaps Caleb didn't have any counters. But even if he did, they were irrelevant. And Caleb's actually going to probably put a higher priority on removal, as crazy as that seems, versus this deck. I mean, you do need the counters. You do still have to be able to counter the Natural Order, but you want to have a Bolt or a Forked Bolt or Chain Lightning or something to get Allosaurus Shepherd off the board so you can actually counterspell their game winners. The alternative to that is cards like Grafdigger's Cage, which Caleb may have. That is accessible now to Izzet Delver. Now that we've lost Dreadhorde Arcanist, you don't need to be casting nearly as much stuff out of the graveyard. I'm not sure exactly what Caleb's list looks like. There's no shortage of good options for red and blue. Cards like Snapcaster aren't even like super popular in blue-red Delver, which is really saying something. I mean, Snapcaster is a tremendous card, but currently, actually, I pulled up Caleb's list here. Looks like he's got a couple of Bone Crusher Giants, along with a couple of Brazen Borrowers, and he's running a Grim Lavamancer, which could do a lot of work. I mean, that card can pound elves into submission if it's given time. It'll really depend on how explosive Sean can be. Grim Lavamancer can feel woefully slow if you're just have a blazing fast hand. However, this is a mull to 4. That is pretty terrible. We'll see what Sean's able to do. Horizon Canopy, not the land you want in this situation. Birchlore Ranger. Caleb has that ideal opening of a Delver of Secrets, and this turn he's going to make sure it flips using the Brainstorm. Last game, Delver did not flip. There was no chance to race even a mediocre draw. Of course, Sean's draw was pretty strong. And now Ponder's going to try and find some type of backup. I mean, you can take almost any road from here when your opponent's mulled to 4 and you've got that flip Delver. Try and hold things down. Burn, I think, is actually solid because he can get that Allosaurus Shepherd off the board if he does arrive. But also, counter spells are mostly fine. I mean, if they don't draw the Allosaurus Shepherd, counter spells are going to be totally sufficient. The nice thing about Burn, too, is it can close the game out, robbing Sean of extra turns, using a Lightning Bolt or Chain Lightning to face, literally just making it so Sean doesn't get that extra draw step and he's just exiting the game a full turn earlier. And it looks like Lightning Bolt is going to go toward Dryad Arbor. Caleb looking to restrict Sean's mana. Birchlore Ranger swings. It wasn't going to be blocking anyways. But his hand is just absolute trash here. 3 cards in hand. Try and sort that out. It's like, what could he have that isn't worth casting, or isn't able to be cast really more accurately. No 1-drop elves. I mean, it could be some lands. Natural Order could be in there. A Green Sun Zenith, I think you definitely fire off. Anything that was castable, I think you do in fact cast. So I'd expect this hand is probably... Oh, Green Sun Zenith getting Force of Willed, making another token, and that puts lethal on board. That Dryad Arbor conveniently tapped. And while the video did freeze, it is just delaying the inevitable. Oh, is that a 9? Oh, perhaps. I guess it's a 9, not a 6. Oh, there we go. Yeah, they're facing the other way. My bad. Either way, that game is over. Caleb easily walking away with that one as Sean mulls super low. It takes an incredibly strong hand to be able to beat Izzet Delver on a mull to 4 with elves. I mean, if you sideboard Progenitus, that's a possibility. I'll say that. If you have like a Mana Dork or a Green Sun Zenith and then like a turn 3 Natural Order for Progenitus, that could certainly race. Though they could still get you with enough burn. So yeah, I mean, that is possible on turn 3 on a mull to 4. Looks like Sean's happy with this one, and Caleb will be the one mulliganing. So Sean leads out with a Nettle Sentinel. One of the weaker openings. Preordain. The art from the Dual Deck series. Fencer versus Koth. I do like the Dual Deck series quite a bit. We have most of them in store. They're a lot of fun. I actually have a little bit of a collection of them myself. Nettle Sentinel on tap, Square and Ranger. Grabbing a Forest. Now, Quirion Ranger actually very strong with Dryad Arbor. We'll see if this ends up working out for Sean. He's just taking a really aggressive start, and both Quirion Rangers bite the dust. Getting Dryad Arbor is a consideration, but it does make you vulnerable to the removal, but I think that's well worth the risk. Any elf players, let me know. I feel like you really want the ability to force pitching Daze, stopping Green Sun Zenith. Lee Sean didn't tap out and walk into the Daze there, and it still drew the Force. It's all you can really hope for. Sean considering his options. Scavenging Ooze. Well, that's a solid card here. That's going to give Sean a little bit of counterplay. Gaining some life, offsetting any direct damage. And also potentially getting a threat large enough that Caleb has to expend a lot of resources to handle it. Once it gets outside of bolt range, it gets a little unpleasant. You know, you got a 4/4 or 5/5. Start having to chump block every turn. So Young Pyromancer is probably up to the task, but we'll see how this plays out. Sending. Brazen Borrower. Making a token. And Skooz just comes right back down, now without the counters. And Brazen Borrower, a real threat here, as Caleb can keep his mana open and just pop in that creature end step. Lightning Bolt clearing the Scavenging Ooze. Not enough creatures to grow him any larger. And now like that, during the end step, Brazen Borrower shows up having already done its job. Now it's ready for the beatdown. And Caleb's ready to try and make this last less than 7 turns. And this game will be over within 7 turns, almost certainly, as Brazen Borrower is going to force the issue. It's a question of if Sean can find a way to win prior to that, or if Caleb can accelerate that clock. And here we see a Delver of Secrets, which may do exactly that. If it flips, that's going to be 6 damage per turn in the air. And that is a very serious clock, taking it down to just 3 turns left for Sean. Still no Allosaurus Shepherd. We got Birchlore Ranger. And passing the turn. Every turn that Sean passes, you can feel the noose tightening. Sprite Dragon. That did not mutate. That is just a cast Sprite Dragon, I'm pretty sure. Everything turning sideways. And now Crop Rotation meets a hard cast Force of Will, getting that extra counter on the dragon. And Natural Order. What am I seeing? Natural Order grabbed Progenitus, so there was a Force of Will that actually resolved. That is wild. I don't know what that Crop Rotation could have got that would have mattered at all. Maybe Crop Rotation like Cradle for Cradle and then casting the Crater Hoof. But Sean stealing that game. Unreal finish to that one. That is all for this one, but don't worry, there is a lot more. You can check out our older videos, and we're always putting out new videos from ELD's Time Vault Games in Bellingham, Massachusetts. If you want to help the channel, of course, you can like, subscribe, share, tap that notification bell so you can know the next time our new videos come out. Thanks for watching.